of my ability.
So help me God, or so do I affirm.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Nice.
So we get lots of pictures of him signing, so that way we can't deny.
Those are good shots there, too.
Yeah.
Oh, they've already got it. Okay.
Okay. Congratulations.
So there are two more presentations. This is from Senator McSally, our senator, a certificate of special congressional recognition presented to Simon Davis in honor of the appointment to the Sahuarita Town Council. And this is for Eric Dahl. And then we have a certificate of appointment on behalf of the town of Sahuarita for each of them as well. It's yours. And there's yours. Thanks. And then if you'd like to say something now, we can do it now. We can do it after. Okay, do it later. Okay, we're going to do it later. And now at 6:35 in the evening, I'll call the meeting to order. And
Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you tonight grateful for this amazing town and the wonderful people who live and work here at Sahuarita. We are so blessed to live in a country where we can come together like this tonight to better ourselves and our community. We are grateful for those who have paved this road and paid this price for this freedom, and ask special prayers for our servicemen and women who continue to protect this freedom as we speak. We also pray for their loved ones who are left behind and carry a heavy burden in support of our freedom. Please be with them. Lord, you have provided leadership to guide this town and its future, and we ask for a special blessing for each of our council members as they work hard for its continued success. We pray for your guidance, your wisdom, and your discernment for these council members, not only tonight, but in the future as well. While there will be diverse opinions with this council from time to time, we ask that you fill each of their hearts with grace. May your love and grace be an example for all of us and guide us through our differences in a way that is honoring and pleasing to you. We pray this in your Son's name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Chief. Next on the agenda is the roll call. Madam Clerk.
Councilmember Bracco.
Here.
Councilmember Dahl.
Here.
Councilmember Davis.
Here.
Councilmember Hicks. Here. Councilmember Luss.
Here.
Vice Mayor Becker. Here. Mayor Murphy.
Present.
Quorum present.
Thank you. Next, I will be presenting a couple of proclamations. Actually, it's three. One of the individuals isn't here to accept it tonight, so I get a smaller version of that one. The first one, we're declaring the month of September as Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, and encourage you to make sure that the men in your life have the latest information about early detection by visiting cancer.org. The next two, one would be declaring August Drowning Impact Awareness Month, and then one for Child Support Awareness Proclamation. I'll do the drowning prevention first, so Chief Wonder. And as I mentioned, this is for Drowning Impact Awareness Month. Whereas Arizona's future prosperity depends upon the long-term health and safety and well-being of nearly 2 million children and teens in our state. Whereas drowning is a top cause of injury and death for children and teens in Arizona, affecting not only the victims, but also families, emergency personnel, and our society as a whole. And whereas child drownings are nearly 100% preventable. And whereas research proving strategies can save lives, including constant, capable supervision, restricting access to water, use of life jackets, swimming lessons for adults and children of the appropriate age, and rapid emergency response, including CPR. And whereas awareness of the problem is just the first step, evidence-based programs to bring these strategies to families is the best way to save lives. And whereas during the month of August, the Drowning Prevention Coalition of Arizona, in collaboration with state and local governments, community organizations, and private citizens, will be engaging in communities throughout Arizona in a coordinated and comprehensive response. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Tom Murphy, the mayor of the town of Sahuarita, on behalf of the town council, do hereby proclaim the month of August 2019 as Drowning Awareness Month, and testimony whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be to fix the seal of the town of Sahuarita on this 26th day of August 2019.
I want to thank you, Mr. Mayor, and town council for this campaign. It's a very important thing here. Over the years, Arizona has been ranked as one of the highest states as far as drownings are concerned, and we brought that way down. And over the years, through these campaigns, it's made a big difference. And as an example of that, so far this year alone, we have had 11 water-related incidences here, just in Pima County. 2 of those happen to be fatal. In fact, one of those fatals actually, unfortunately, happened here in the town. But if there's on a positive note for any of this, all of the pediatric drowning incidents here, all of those people survived with actually no impairment, no permanent injury at all. And that was largely due to prompt bystander CPR. And that's important because most of those people who know how to do CPR now do that because of these campaigns through Lifesaver Swim Fest, for example, where the YMCA teaches kids how to swim. They give out free swim lessons. Local fire departments such as Rural Metro have been giving out free CPR lessons due to these campaigns. So because of that, nowadays more people know how to do CPR, more kids know how to swim better, and more people are aware of what do you call it? The ABCs of water safety, which is adult supervision, active adult supervision, which is very important. And it's not, and we need to teach people how to be better at adult supervision, because it's not about just sitting there at the poolside. You can't be texting, you can't be reading a book, you can't be having a conversation. It's kind of like distracted driving. You have to be out there, and you have to keep your eyes on the kids all the time when you're out there, because drowning is a silent event. You know, when drownings happen, it's not like in the movies where people call out for help. It's a silent thing. So that's why adult supervision is important. And all of these situations that we had so far this year, we did have adult supervision present, but there was a break in that adult supervision. So the word is getting out. People know how to do the ABCs of water safety now. More people know how to do CPR. So these campaigns are very effective because drowning is 100% preventable. Thank you.
Thanks, John said it very well. The only thing I wanted to add, just as a little bit of reminder, is that we do this proclamation in the month of August, and it seems like it should happen at the beginning of the swim season. It's actually a reminder that drownings can occur all year long. And just because we're wrapping up the summertime and we seem to be decreasing our amount of time, you still need to focus on keeping an eye on our kiddos and those around you and being responsible for the ABCs John talked about. This is a year-round issue, not just a summertime issue. So again, please be cognizant of year-round and be safe out there. Thank you.
Next, I'll be presenting the proclamation for August, the Child Support Awareness Proclamation, to Nicole O'Hara. Whereas the town of Sahuarita joins the nation in recognizing August as Child Support Awareness Month and reaffirms its commitment to strengthening Arizona's families by providing child support services to improve the economic stability and well-being of children. And whereas a child who receives emotional and financial support is more likely to feel safe and secure and are better equipped with the courage to be their very best in life. And whereas the Department of Economic Security Division of Child Support Services, DCSS, is robustly committed to putting Arizona's children first and to humbly serving Arizonans with excellence, respect, integrity, and kindness, as well as being an overall champion for economic growth and opportunity. And whereas strengthening individuals and families with an emphasis on fiscal responsibility promotes the safety and well-being of children, provides stability, improves the lives of children, and provides opportunities for families to be able to enhance their children's future. And whereas Child Support Awareness Month salutes diligent parents who spend time with their child and who make regular child support payments to safeguard their children's future. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Tom Murphy, the Mayor of the Town of Sahuarita, on behalf of the Town Council, do hereby proclaim the month of August 2019 as Child Support Awareness Month.
Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you to Mayor Murphy and the town of Sahuarita for continuing to support us and trying to improve our better community. So thank you guys very much.
Next we move to item number 7, which is approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda is approved for this evening. We now move to item number 8, which is call to the public. At this time, any member of the public is invited to address the town council on any issue which is on tonight's consent agenda or any issue which the town council can lawfully act upon at a future meeting. Pursuant to Arizona open meeting laws, the council may not discuss the items, but individual members of the council may respond to criticism made by those who have addressed the council, may ask staff to review the matter, or may ask the matter to be placed on a future agenda. I don't have any comment cards tonight. Would anybody like to address the council? Seeing no movement, I declare the call to the public closed. We now come to council and town manager brief summary of reports. Mr. Udall.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I just have really 2 quick reports to give to the council. One is, as you know, the project on Pima Mine Road was complete. But the town, as you drive that road now, you'll see that there's some areas where it's uneven. You'll see where the pavement's different colors. And so the town is going to come back through that and do an overlay on that road to make it look even and sparkly. And so we are going to do that at the end of September. It got delayed a little bit. It would have already been done, but because of the heat, we decided to delay that project until the end of September. So
When you do the sparkly part, can you call me up and put that up there?
we'll let you go down and drive on it.
Okay, I drive it enough, I'll be up there.
The other thing is that the light project out on Continental Road by La Posada is begun. And that project will hopefully be wrapped up before Christmas time. So it got delayed, so we'll see what that does ultimately to the end time, but that's the plan.
Thank you.
Those 2 reports, and happy to answer any questions the council may have.
Appreciate that. Any other reports? Well, how about we start on my right, since we have our newest employee, council member.
I'd just like to say thanks for the privilege of being here. It's hard for me to express what an honor it is for me to be up on this side with you guys. So I'm looking forward to working with all of you and learning from all of you. As just mentioned, I spent some time in the last week or so with staff. I can't tell you how impressed I am with all the staff I've come into contact with here. They've all been incredible and very helpful.
Great, that's good to hear. Councilmember Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. No, I kind of reflect the same comments. Very impressed with the staff. And obviously we have meetings going on over the next week, 2 weeks, I think. So I get to see all the departments and kind of get to see the inner workings of the town, and I'm very impressed with it. It's always appreciated how the town has worked, but now you kind of get to see the guts of it.
Right.
It is impressive. And I think, riding on the comment I made at the interviews last week is, this town has been very good to me. I've had a great career here, working for the fire department and stuff. So I'm now looking forward to the opportunity of actually giving something back to the town and serving on the council, and looking forward to the future.
Thank you. appreciate that.
I'm assuming you're gonna talk about it, but I guess I'll start. I'll say it. So the mayor and I were, able to attend the League of Cities and Towns last week and able to go to some great conferences and to make some great network and have some great conversations about throwing ideas around and what this town do versus that town, just to have some brainstorming situations. The one that I was gonna talk about, having two new council members, I went to a social media and the law, class. And they said social media has become the new town hall or the new town forum, and with that has been backlash, because as elected officials, we have to follow open meeting laws, we have to follow all the laws. And so if it becomes a town meeting, we need to be following just similar to this town meeting. So we have to be careful as council members to make sure that we aren't saying how we would vote, because obviously if two or three other council members figure out how we vote on an issue, we've now broken a law. Also, that we have to be very careful about making our own personal Facebook pages or Twitter pages, Twitter comments or whatever, a public forum. And we have learned from our president and sheriffs and other areas in the country of different disputes that have occurred. Now the judges have now determined kind of three basic things that we have to be careful of. If a public employee helps you at all with your personal page, it has now become a public page. If you use government equipment, can make it so it's a public page. And if you ask for the public comment on a certain issue about the town, it now becomes a public forum. And so even as we as council members, we need to be careful about how we use our personal pages and make sure that we're doing them on public pages if that's the theme that we are going towards. And I'm pretty sure you were in that same room. It was big enough that I didn't even know that our town manager, was there anything you would like to add about that meeting that you may want to warn or encourage us as council members?
Well, we could just read it on Facebook. No, I think that's exactly right. I can tell you that as the town, we are gearing up for, it could also be a very valuable resource. And it's valuable in that it's a great way to communicate with our community. And so we are gearing up to be able to do that. And in fact, we just hired another communications person, and so this is going to be part of a strategy that we do going forward to communicate effectively with our community. And that was another part of that whole conversation that was there was how can we use it effectively as well. So.
And I'll leave you for any other comments. I'm sure you have some.
Sure, thank you. Anything?
Oh, Mr. Mayor, before you say anything, I just want to let the audience know that I will no longer be speaking, and we'll just be sitting here from now on, given the new rules.
Bill? And just to echo a little bit off of that, I had a chance to meet that new communications person, Robert Jaime, and one of the sessions that I went to was the relationship between Arizona and the state of Sonora. A lot of you may know our sister city is Magdalena, and unbeknownst to me, Magdalena showed up in force at this particular meeting, and the mayor doesn't speak very good English, and I don't speak very good.
You don't speak.
I don't speak at all. Survey, I can say that. This new communications person is bilingual, and he just jumped right in and helped us out, and it was just a really good time. And we were talking during this collaborative meeting about how we can strengthen our partnership, sister city partnership, to be more than kind of coming to the states of the town, and so that'll be something we can potentially look at. The other thing was Kelly, the town manager, and I attended a economic development session that Victor was on the panel. So we wanted to thank you for, being there. It was statewide. I think it was Casa Grande, Flagstaff. I was on a panel too, so I might be getting the towns confused. But it was just a really good showcase to show what we are doing in the town of Sahuarita. He was able to touch on BizHub and Samtec, so I wanted to pass on my appreciation for that. And then part of that is our luncheon, and the league honors different council members for different milestones for years of service to the community. And I got to go up there 3 times, and none of them were for me, so it was really nice. So at this time, for 8 years of dedicated service, I'd like to present to Melissa Hicks a certificate that was on behalf of the the League of Cities and Towns. I would also like to present Councilmember Lusk for 8 years of dedicated service. They recognize you. And Bill Rocco. Congratulations. And this next Thursday, we have another investor in the town. We'll be attending or all of you can come as well, a ribbon cutting at Pima Federal Credit Union at 10 a.m. Thursday, September 5th, at the crossing next to Mod Pizza. So we have another wonderful company coming into our town. And I might forget at the end, and with Labor Day coming up and drowning prevention awareness and things like that with Labor Day, I wish all of you a safe Labor Day. Next is item number 10, which is the consent agenda. I'll entertain a motion at this time.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Consent agenda is approved. Now we come to item number 11. Madam Clerk.
Discussion and possible approval of contract number 200003 with Barker Contracting Incorporated for professional construction services of the Sahuarita Advanced Manufacturing Technology Center, otherwise known as SAMTech, commencing August 27, 2019 and terminating July 30, 2022 in an amount not to exceed $3,792,000. And approval to amend the budget authorizing a transfer of available ending balances in the general fund to the SAMTech project in the Capital Infrastructure Improvement Fund of an amount not to exceed $1,300,000.
And I anticipate a positive story out of this one, which I think we'll be hearing from both AC and Victor Gonzalez, our Economic Development Director. Victor, did you want to begin?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Yeah, today's a good day in terms of SAMTech project. It just seems like yesterday we were sitting here and looking at this project in its conceptual format, and now we're advancing to construction. So very exciting, and you'll hear more in the coming weeks as to how we celebrate this monument for this project. In any event, yes, so as our town clerk read off, this is for the approval of the contract to Barker for construction services. The project in itself is, again, 32,000 square feet. I do want to point out that all the building and permitting for the project has been approved. So we are good to go to start construction once this contract is approved by you this evening. With that, I'll just punt it over to AC to talk a little bit about the budget authorization and the transfer of.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, this is our first regular council meeting in the new year, and we're coming at you with a budget amendment already.
Right. But it's in a good direction.
Yeah, not every budget amendment is a problem, and for this particular item, we've kind of come full circle to where we started when this project was more conceptual in nature, and that was in 2016, 2017, to where there were two financing sources for the project. One was, of course, our $3 million Economic Development Agency grant for the project, and then we were funding the difference between that and the total project cost of about $4.5 million with general fund money. So we had always anticipated about $1.5 million of general fund money into the project. Well, as we move farther in the process and you go through design and architectural work, we received updated estimates last year to the tune of about $2 million and change more than what we had initially anticipated. So when we put together the budget for the current fiscal year, we accommodated all those new costs that we didn't initially anticipate when the project was conceptualized into the budget. Well, here we are, and we've got our hard bids now, and we're about $2 million and change under. So when we were at the higher costs, which is when we were developing the budget, we said, well, initially we were planning on using general fund money to pay that funding gap between the total project cost and the $3 million grant. But when the cost went up by more than $2 million, we thought that that would be too much of a hit to our opportunity fund in the general fund to finance with cash. So we came to you and we proposed, hey, let's go out and get debt for this project. It's still a very worthwhile project. Interest rates are low, so it made sense at the time to do that. And the council obviously approved the budget. But why get debt when you don't have to? So because our hard bids are coming in more than $2 million under what we accounted for in the budget, we're proposing let's not incur those debt issuance costs, let's avoid interest costs, let's keep the budget as simple as we possibly can and go back to that original idea, and that is to finance that funding gap with general fund money, using that opportunity fund. So what we're looking at based off the new bids is we're probably a little over $1.2 million, but we're asking for an authorization to transfer up to $1.3 million in case there are any change orders on the project. That opportunity fund money in the general fund over to the capital infrastructure improvement fund, and not do the debt issuance. To kind of give you a little bit of context for that, our opportunity fund in the budget has $10.3 million in it. So this would bring the budget, the opportunity fund amount down to about $9 million, but we're actually going to be a little bit better off than that because we ended last fiscal year better than what the budget had, presumed at the time. So why get debt when you don't have to? So if you authorize the budget amendment before you, then we won't get debt, and we'll use the opportunity fund money in the general fund to finance the difference. With that, I'll turn it over to council.
Thank you. Any questions for AC or Victor? And then for the audience, it's always the intention, if we're taking money out of the opportunity fund, the project itself will repay back the general fund, so it's sort of a pay as you go, which is, yes, Kelly, sorry.
So I think that's a really important point to point out, is that we do take a look at that. We know exactly if the entire space is leased out, that we'll actually be paying back that $1.3 million in 5 to 6 years. So it's a pretty good investment from the town's position. So we also look at it from that angle as well.
Right. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I move to approve contract number 200003 and to amend the budget authorizing a transfer of available ending balances in the general fund to the Samtech project in the capital infrastructure improvement fund of an amount not to exceed $1.3 million.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And that takes us, yes?
Mr. Mayor, can I just interrupt? And
Absolutely.
I'm sure the attorney's going to get angry at me, but I wanted to welcome our troop, the Boy Scouts that are visiting. I meant to do that during the call when we were able to have the council reports. Thank you for being here. It's such a pleasure to see Boy Scouts in our audience. I know that you're probably working on your citizenship and the community here today. We picked a short meeting. Nice job. And the mayor and I were discussing that if there's ever a time that you guys would like to come with your troop and give us the Pledge of Allegiance, we would be honored to have you here.
And to point out, our State of the Town is coming up on September 20th. And I just wanted to point out, Dan Kavanaugh, who's in the audience, has agreed to be the MC for the event. So we'll be in for a good time. He's a great guy. Having no further business, we're adjourned.
How goes it? Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you, yeah.